All right, so hello there, fifth graders. This week we're going to be talking about graffiti and street art, the differences, the similarities. You can type this into your Chromebook website, Internet Explorer, whatever, and get this, make a copy of it so you can keep it if you want. It's there if you need it. So let's get started. So first off, what is graffiti? Well, graffiti is the writing or drawing scribbled, scratched, or sprayed unlawfully on a wall or any other surface in a public place. Okay, try to think of a couple of places you've seen graffiti. Okay, or street art. We haven't really gotten into what the difference is. Well, in a little bit. But where have you seen artwork like this that's been placed on walls? Take a minute, think of a few examples. You can even pause it here if you want. The history of graffiti. People have been creating graffiti since cavemen figured out how to leave a mark. During the rule of the Roman Empire, graffiti was a respected form of interactive writing. Okay, we'll start with the image on the right here. You'll see these two cave paintings here. This is in a cave in France, and what's going on here is they painted what they were familiar with. Okay, at this time, humanity was still in that hunter-gatherer phase, and these people were mostly hunters. Okay, and they were hunting wild horses. And so what you're seeing here is a type of spotted wild horse that was roaming around in that area. You will also notice that above and below it, you will see almost like handprints. It's not a handprint per se, but it is like a hand stenciling. What they do is they load up a tube, like a reed or piece of bamboo full of like charcoal that's been mixed with some water to create this like thick paste. And then they put their hand on the wall and then they spit at it and go, and then that makes the charcoal mix stick to the wall. It's kind of like a signature. Okay, we'll see a modern example of that here in a little bit. Over on the left there, you're going to see a wall from the remains of Pompeii. Okay, which was a city. If you all know your Roman history at all, was the city that got destroyed by a volcano, but that volcano locked everything in where it was. Okay, kind of froze it in time almost. So what you're seeing here is a wall where it was okay to write messages on it. Okay, it's like this is the original Instagram or Facebook or social media. Okay, they didn't have internet back then, so they used walls, and that was okay. People were like, leave your message on the wall. I'll get back to you. So, the word graffiti comes from the Italian word sgraffito. This is a type of pottery decoration when the artist uses tools to scratch through a layer of clay pigment to reveal another. In ancient time, graffiti was carved on walls with sharp objects, which is how graffiti got his name. Go ahead and sit there for a second and say graffiti. Sgraffito. Graffiti. Scaffrito. Okay, kind of the same syllables, kind of has the same sounds to it. So, the word graffiti was derived from that word sgraffito, which was a type of Roman pottery. You got a couple examples down there. On the bottom left, you can see someone actively carving off a layer of white clay to reveal the red clay underneath it. There's two finished products on the center and on the right there. So, what is street art? Street art is art created on surfaces in public places like sidewalks, street buildings, walls, and highway overpasses. But there is a difference between street art and graffiti. They are considered two separate styles, and it's kind of hard to figure that out, okay? So it took me a while to find this. Now, this is usually a slide for when you are in class, but since, we're not in class right now, pause it right here, see if you could talk to someone nearby, or maybe call up a friend that's also having this class and see if you can figure out the difference, okay? The best way I can describe the difference between street art and graffiti is how the artist feels about the viewer. Okay, graffiti, the artist doesn't care about the viewer. The art is all about the artist. Okay, for example, Darth Vader in the hallway. Okay, I like Darth Vader. He is for me. Darth Vader is me. Sith rules forever. Nanana boo boo. Okay, whereas Pikachu, if you're familiar with the art school wall, Pikachu is there because everyone likes Pokemon, everyone likes Pikachu. I put him up there, I painted him up there because I cared about those fourth graders coming into our school, seeing it for the first time, and being like, okay, Pokemon's still cool. Okay, so Pikachu is street art. It is for the viewer. Darth Vader is graffiti. He is just for Mr. Kohm. That is the main difference. Now, you will never truly know whether something is street art or graffiti just by looking at it. You need to talk to the artist, okay? Here's some examples of what could be street art. It could be graffiti. We don't really know, okay? On the top left there, we got what's called a stenciling. Or I'm sorry, no, that's not stenciling. That is a giant poster. It's a giant sticker, okay? Basically, people with modern technology can make giant printouts with water-activated stickiness on the back, and during the night they repel off a wall like Batman and glue these things to the wall. Okay. Over on the right in the top there, we have stenciling. Okay. Basically, the artist has a stencil that they just put it up against the wall, spray against it, and then run away. It's super fast. Same thing on the bottom here with the little cheerleader. Take a second, look at those pom-poms. What are those made out of? Okay, well, that person saw that and said, oh, this needs to be a cheerleader. And so, again, stenciling. You need one stencil per color. Throw it down, spray over it, lift it up. It's super fast. Again, this is all illegal, though, unless they got permission. Top left there. How do you think that person feels about smoking based upon what you're seeing? Okay. On the right, we have another example. If you're looking straight at the fence, you won't see it. This artist actually hid this painting on the side of the fence, so you will only see it standing at this specific spot. On the bottom left there, this guy, I believe that is a Banksy. We'll talk more about him. He's also started off kind of as a stenciling guy. So let's start talking about tags, which is what you're going to get into. A tag is basically a signature. Okay, you are signing your artwork. Tags come in a couple different styles. Over here, we have a tag right here that is the artist's name. Okay, over here we just got different tags made out of like different words. Over here we have different symbols that represent different groups of people or different individuals. Okay, the simplest, most relevant type of graffiti, a tag is often done in a color that contrasts sharply with its background. Tag can also be used meaning verb, meaning to sign. Writers often tag on or beside their pieces, following the practice of traditional artists who sign their artwork. So, like Bob Ross, after he finishes his painting, always signs the bottom left corner. A tag is the same idea, only instead of writing your name with a signature, you are putting a little artwork on it, leaving a little graffiti or font. Okay. Graffiti tags come in a bunch of different styles, but I like to break it down into two basic groups. You got bar and bubble. Bar looks like this one right here. The lines look like bars written around them, okay? It's a nice, simple way to do it. Bubble is a little bit more complex, but you do get a nice effect. It looks like the letters are balloons that are almost overinflated, okay? Those are the two main categories. That's just how I think about it. There's a bunch of different ways to view graffiti's fonts and styles and stuff. Here's a link for Banksy. Here's a link for graffitiCreator.net. So this is graffitiCreator.net. It may or may not work depending on what your Chromebooks are doing. If it does work, have at it. This stuff's awesome. I love this stuff. Basically, each one of these is a different font or different style of graffiti. I'm going to use throw up for an example here. So you click on this, type in your name. Hit enter. So there's my name. Now I'm going to mess with the height because I want them taller. I'm going to shrink them down a little bit. You can even change the rotations if you want. I'm just going to have mine straight up. You can even click on individual letters and move them around. Like, see how my H is kind of covered up there? Let's bring it over. Bring over the O, bring over the K. Now, the best part is this. These are different selectors. Okay, so right now I'm doing the main color, the coat of each letter. And let's add some more red to it. Ooh, yeah, that's good. Okay, so let's see what this does. Tween. So it does like a color shift thing. Tween 2. Ooh, it does a second color shift. Let's make that a little even better. All right. This one does stripes. Let's try to get these yellow. Boom. Let's do some more stripes. Let's make these more orange. even better. So you can keep going through here and adding more and more stuff to it. This is just for fun. Again, if this works on your Chromebook, I totally encourage you to use it. It's a great way to make backgrounds for your Chromebook. There you go. But so that's street art and graffiti. What you're going to do now is use all this information to kind of create your own graffiti name. Good luck, have fun. When you're done with it, make sure you take a picture of it using your Chromebook, upload it to Canvas, or send me an email. I prefer it through Canvas though. Good luck, have fun.